Ladies and gentlemen, it is the final day of Blind Cricket South Africa's presentation of the T20 National Tournament. And after starting from Sunday and going through fixture and match after match, we have finally reached the very last. This is the one that differentiates the best from the very best. It is the final, and how fitting it is that the final is between main and bitter rivals. We have a repeat of last year's very same game which took place in Gauteng, and it is the Battle of Gauteng as well. Northerns taking on Central Gauteng Lions. Welcome to Pitch Vision TV. We are excited to bring you ball by ball action. Our production crew is ready to take you on this cruise, and I too am here as Umbendulo Makubane, giving you the ball by ball description of what ought to be a crazily exciting match. 2021-2022's final was between these two, and it was a blockbuster win.
Yes, indeed, a blockbuster. Central Gauteng Lions taking on the northern side, and 250, basically 500 runs were scored in that final, and Central Gauteng Lions side ended up on the right end of it. Will the results stay the same, or can the Northerns avenge their loss?
It's about time that the tide changes in Gauteng. Will the Lions roar? Or will everything look up top and Northerns walk away with the victory? This is what we're about to bring you here, ladies and gentlemen. Do you have your seat belts on? Do you have your popcorn ready? Do you have your drinks ready? If you are in the ground, do you have your jersey ready? It's a cold day, but worry not, because the cricket is here to keep us warm. Pitch Vision. And we are bringing you blind cricket, and this is the final, and we now get ready for the teams to get started. Central Lions, or Central Gauteng Lions in the yellow, looking to bring some brightness in what is a gloomy afternoon. It's 20 minutes to 2 o'clock. And earlier on this morning, both these teams had fixtures which would decide who will take place in this match. We are in an international stadium. This is the Hollywood Bet Kingsmead Stadium in Durban. The sea breeze is blowing all over us. It's gloomy, as you know, when it becomes dark way too early here. But that does not matter, because we are ready to bring you this procession.
Yes, indeed. Pitch Vision South Africa bringing you unrivaled action of this national BCSA T20 championship. It is the final, the grand final. We've seen two absolute humdingers of playoff cricket matches, and that's what you expect when you have playoff cricket.
Central Gauteng Lions destroying, or rather really humbling, their rivals earlier on this morning. Borland posting 165. And Lions taking it on in 16.4 overs to book their place here.
Yes, indeed. And then the northern side, a little bit more interesting semi-final, and that ends 214. 214, that was posted by KwaZulu-Natal. It looked like a mountain, but in the end, it was chased down in 18.5 overs. There's the first ball off the over, and that is swept down to the man at square leg. One of the Bidler brothers opening the ball, and he's just trying to figure out which one is that one. Pendulo.
Lwando Bidler. He's here taking it on, right arm coming over the wicket.
Yes, and opening the batting for this northern side is Simpiwe Khoza and Tsakile Nkosi. Another ball hit towards the fine leg region. That's a single. Two singles to start off. Pedestrian starts of this innings. Beg your pardon, that one is down the leg side. It is a wide.
It's a cold day. The players are also just a little bit cold. Luando Bidla, one of the three Bidla brothers, all talented cricketers as he comes in for the third ball. It's straight and it's played onto the mid-wicket area. It's well stopped by who seems to be like Dr. Malinga. And it's just one more run added to the score. That's a chance of a run out here. We were deliberating who of the Bidla brothers that was, and that is indeed Buhle Bidla. Opening up the bowling, and there's a chance for a run out here. They scampered through, but it seems like the ball was not collected. What's happening here?
Oh, it seems like weather here in Durban, the weather that is always the biggest enemy of the cricket, and seems like it is back to haunt us one more time here at Hollywood Beds, Kingsmead.
I was getting so excited, Wayne. The game was going on, the players were starting to heat up, the run out was there, but now they run out of the field due to what seems to be lightning, as you said. Hopefully we'll be coming back. It's still so early in the afternoon also.
Yes, pretty early in the afternoon. You wouldn't think that if you saw the pictures of how it looks here at Hollywood Beds, Kingsmead. Durban's weather has been one of those roller coaster rides throughout this whole week, although Durban has been an absolutely fantastic host for this tournament.
It has been. It's actually one of the reasons why Central Gauteng devastated their last match yesterday in the group rounds. They played a 5-over match against KZN, and they suffered their only defeat of the tournament so far. That's why they came yesterday, 269. I'm still in awe. I've been talking about it the whole morning.
Yes, indeed. Suffering their only defeat of the tournament, I am sure that they will be very happy that Northerns won earlier and they don't get to face KZN once again.
You know, but maybe deep down inside they would have been like, you know what? We want to beat them in their home ground. I hope they win. But getting a repeat and fighting their rivals is not a bad thing either.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a quick intermission. So, halfway through the first over here, 5 rounds on the board. We'll take a break.
Thank you.
So still here at Kingsmead Park here, Hollywood Bats Kingsmead. And the covers are coming off. The rain has stopped. Just waiting to get a call from the umpires. But as of now, good to see that the covers are coming off.
Sabuya, and we are back at Pitch Vision. We are live at Hollywood Bets Kingsmead, bringing you the very last game, the final, and a rivalry, which showcases Yellow versus White, Northerns versus Gauteng. Gauteng winning the toss in their yellow and choosing to bowl first. And I am Pendulo Makubane, and I'm joined by my partner, Wayne.
Yes, the single greatest voice in cricket, Wayne, right here. It was not meant to be a joke. We are into the first over of this final. The final that's been restricted to a 15-over match.
Beda, he bowls the first ball, and he bowls it outside the line of the off stump. They're coming back for run number 2. The striker, he is standing on the non-striker's end, and he finally makes his way back. Guilty of ball watching there, but 2 runs added.
Yes, 2 runs added. What do you think would have happening in the change room over the last 38 minutes that the boys were chilling, not doing anything?
Probably running through their game plans. The game, luckily enough for both teams, hadn't really started. 3 balls in. Lelope comes to make that 5 balls in. Bowled onto the middle stump, and it's straight onto his brother. He stops it at mid-on, and it's 1 run conceded. 7 for no loss.
Yes, defending champions Northerns taking on last year's losing finalists. Revenge match, the Trans-Skate Derby down here on the coast.
Fun times as Beda bowls it straight onto the off stump. They exchange a run, but the umpire also signaling an extra run. Beda being no balled. It's 8 for no loss with the last ball. Thank goodness for us coming back. The game can now continue. 10 for no loss. Beda bowls it wide, way wide, rolling off the pitch. No ball is about to be signaled. It's off to the cover sweeper area as they come back for 2 runs, and the inevitable no ball finally being called. 13 for no loss. We had to stop for a bit due to the rain coming, lightning coming, but the ball is coming from Beda. Again, he is wayward with his line. The first ball, it went outside the off stump. This one going behind the legs. Another no ball as it rolls off the pitch. 14 for no loss. Northerns have Khoza. He's currently on 7 runs. Kosi 2 of 2. Beda changing up his style, his bowling, goes for a slower ball. He also slowed down his action there, Beda, so the batter, Khoza, could read it, and then he played it to the mid-on. That's how we ended the first over. It's 14 for no loss. It's 15 for no loss as the score gets updated. Khoza is on 8 and Kosi is on 2.
Yes, a reminder that this is the BCSA National T20 Championship, their final game. A chance for one or both of these teams to get immortalized. The rain was trying to make sure it's at its best that it was going to be both teams that had their hands on the trophy. But lovely to be back on the park for the cricket to actually decide it for us.
The cricket gods have been on our favor here, Wayne.
Silver or something.
They say that the trophy belongs to one. We now sit to see, will it be the same champions from last year who are now having the ball? Joe Schroeder is a B1 bowler, and the run is completed. There seemed to be an opportunity at the non-striker's end, but Khoza and Kosi complete their run.
Yeah, Johan Schroeder, one of the more experienced campaigners for this Gauteng side, alongside the Peter brothers and the Silver. They will be looking to help this Gauteng side retain their trophy.
But on a ball-by-ball basis, this team in Northerns, they continue scoring these runs, ticking off the singles, trying to keep the things going. Yet to see a boundary in this match. But at 17, after 8 balls, it's not too bad as the ball comes behind the legs and it's played down to fine leg. And another single as the score keeps on ticking and talking.
Ticking and talking, the score keeps Northerns looking to post what would be a very defendable score. 15 overs. What do you think that score should be?
It's crazy. It's hard to imagine because the capabilities of Central Gauteng Lions are pretty incredible. The ball being bowled outside the crease, it was smashed back. A no ball signaled by umpire Godel. They ran a single as well as the ball was smashed back to the legs of the bowler Joe Schroeder. No one hurt. 20 for no loss. And the score, Wayne. And the score.
Yes.
It's a hard one to say as they come back for run number 2. The ball at the cow corner, big confusion. Very hesitant on what must actually happen, Khoza and Nkosi in their partnership. It seems like Khoza's very indecisive. Guilty of ball watching again, almost causing a run out.
Yes, interesting from this Northern's perspective that the opening pair from the last game doing most of the damage for the side, and neither of them given the chance to open the batting yet again in this final.
Very interesting indeed. You don't change a working formula. And that's exactly what they're doing here, running back for number 2. And Khoza once again is indecisive on what he needs to do. He runs across the crease. It's the 3rd time he's doing it now. Maybe he's waiting for his partner to make it to the other side. We're not really sure. But clearly, it's something that's happening here. A working formula indeed. No wicket loss yet. 24 for no loss.
24 with our last bowler, Schroeder. Over his head this goes. This is heading down to the fence. Chases on. That is the skipper, Izzy Peter. And the throw goes towards keeper's end, and that will be the end of over number 2. It's 26 with our loss. Quick reminder that we did lose 38 minutes in this game due to rain. The match has been reduced to a 15-over affair.
It's all the more reason for you to be strapped down because the players are ready to put on a show. The game is shorter, meaning that the run scoring will be higher or prospectively higher. That is what you would wish. And both teams very capable of scoring massive scores, Wayne.
Yes, indeed. Chasing down 214 and 18.5 overs with this Northern side. Let's see what they can do when they are the team that are setting the score.
Here we go. It's Bidla who's coming in. That's definitely not Bidla. It's a change of bowler.
Dr. Malinga.
Thank you very much. Aglalek Magnemali. Does he have the money ball to break this partnership? It moves to 27 for no loss.
Yes, waiting for that money ball from Dr. Malinga. Clearly not the first one. That one was played towards mid-off for a single. Comfortably so by Nkosi.
Keeping on rotating the strike, and the ball drifts down the legs and goes in between them actually. And it's a wide ball called by the umpire. 28 for no loss. Wide called. Here is Malinga bowling it outside the off stump. Khoza, he drifts outside of the crease ever so often. He's always playing with danger.
Yeah, my favorite saying, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. Clearly one of his life mottos as well, as they are taking risks. Virtually every ball.
Basically every ball. He's on 16 for 2. Wide called. Dr. Malinga comes back again and he has cracked that to the cow corner. What a shot that is.
Yeah, watching the replay of that, gets down. That one was aiming towards the leg stump, swept very hard, and nobody was going to get to that. Races to the cow corner boundary for
what an excellent shot. He's asserting himself here, is Khoza. You did say live by the sword, die by the sword. And man, is his sword sharp right now. 20 runs, 13 balls, and we have 4 balls left of Dr. Malinga's over. They've stationed a man now to protect that area.
Couple of men, and actually one in close in and one about a meter to his left, further back. Clearly a tactic here that the Gauteng squad have brought into this game. This one is in the air.
Lucky enough for it to land on the open space. Clear call from Khoza as he puts his man back. Finally, safety belt, Siafagwa, as he pauses the risk taking just for a little bit, even though he did hear it into the air. It's 34 for no loss. It's down behind the legs, but there's a short fine leg who's stationed just for that very shot. A very much favoured shot in this blind cricket South Africa tournament we've seen so far. Another single added.
Yeah, I would say about 50% of the runs in this tournament going behind square on the leg side. Seems to be a very effective shot in terms of run scoring, and yeah, most teams seemingly something that they practice. Oh, that's what is quality. Sends the wicketkeeper down the wrong side and then turns it the other direction. They will scamper through for a single.
Only in blind cricket would you see a shot that does that. Complete deceit. Where is it going? Is it going to the offside? Is it going to the leg side? Do you put a fine leg? Do you put a third man? It's fascinating stuff. And they score a lot of those because so many of these bowlers as well target the legs. So it's much more easy to just go and go behind square.
Indeed. One ball left. Dr. Malinga's over's gone for 10 so far. He bowls to Nkosi. This is going through the covers. Chases on. Looking for 2. Getting 2. Quite comfortably so as well.
Quality running as well is displayed. Finally, when Khoza is not stopping and waiting for his man, it looks like it's flowing. And the runs now, the confidence in what their partnership is pretty good. It's the end of the third over. It's 38 for no loss. Khoza, he's on 22 from 15. Nkosi, he's on 8 from 7.
Yes, Johan Schroeder will continue from the far end here at Hollywood Bet Kingsmead. He will bowl his second over. 15 over game, that would mean 6 B1 overs are mandatory. Second of those overs, yeah.
40% of the overs must always be bowled by those B1, and luckily enough, for Central Gauteng Lions, they have one of the best.
Yes, Johan Schroeder will bowl his 4 overs regardless of the match situation. Somebody who they trust with ball in hand.
Definitely, and now he's only gone for 11 runs. He charges up again. He's bowling against Khoza, who's a right-hander, so he's coming over the wicket. Where will this ball go? Into that favoured area, but straight to Gwai, who is the man stationed on that fine leg area, stopping a certain boundary. 1 run added. It's 39 for no loss.
So match situation here is 3 points, 2 overs bowled, 39. That's 11.4 overs still left in the piece. 160, 170. Is that the score that this northern side would be aiming for, or a little bit more?
You have to score over 200. What are you doing not scoring over 200? And what are they doing here? There's a chance of a run out. But luckily enough, they finish it again. The cricketing gods not only did come back to make this match continue, but it seems like they've landed on the shoulders of the Northerns.
Yes, couple runs there and a no ball as well signaled. Joe showed it doesn't usually bowl a lot of extras, so it's not a good sign for this Central Gauteng Lions side for him to be starting off a little bit waywardly.
One of the most consistent. And look at that ball to prove that point. It's hoiked up in the air. There is a chance for a catch, and it has been dropped as he tries for the reverse cup finish. He is angry with himself. It was a dolly, but he could not complete the job.
Yeah, and luckily therefore the Lions catch goes up in the air and is put straight down. First chance for a wicket is gone.
Joe Schroeder speaking about that consistency, almost bagging the wicket, and another single now conceded. Good throw back, but counts for nothing. It's 44 for no loss.
I wouldn't say counts for nothing, probably just motivates him a little bit more to throw it to the stumps more often, as could throw that direct hit.
And he will be getting a lot of those balls, so might as well. That ball was also inviting for the very same shots as it goes behind the legs. It rolls off the pitch, and umpire Gordell signals the no ball.
Yes, this is not a free hit. The free hit's only existing on the front foot no ball. So this is a no ball punishment to the bowler, just has to re-ball that.
Back into his natural lines, onto the leg stump. The ball is played into the vacant mid-on area. They exchange for a single. They keep it simple as well.
What is the importance of when you're unable to find boundaries, especially in a final like this? What is the importance of keeping that scoreboard ticking?
You can't not stop. The pressure must never stop. The pressure must always be applied. Each ball, you must try to find a spot. And just like that, you see Khoza running down the pitch. He targets the man. But to answer your question, Khoza just did that, Wayne. Playing it to the man, noticing that he has time to make the single and put pressure back into the fielding side. That's how he ends the fourth over. It's 47 for no loss as opposed to 46 to 46 if it was a dot ball.
Yeah, according to my co-commentator here, Mpendulo, that one run, very, very important. Put that note in your notebook, ladies and gentlemen. We will ask him about this in 24, 26 overs time.
Listen, it is a final game. You cannot go and miss any single thing. In those crunch times, it's the little detail that counts.
The little details that count is probably the truest thing that has been said on this microphone over this last 5 days. As Dr. Malinga will continue from the southern end. Khoza 25 of 19. Started off very well. His partner Nkosi. Takile Nkosi has been playing the supporting role and doing it to perfection. First ball from Malinga.
12 from 11 balls and now 13 from 12 balls. An easy single by Nkosi, rotating the strike back to Khoza, or rather it was Khoza rotating the strike back to Nkosi.
Yes, indeed. Malinga, another P1 as well. He hits that down towards the man at mid-off. That is Isaac Pidla, and that will be another single. Unable to get it away past one of the fielders, but the running between the wickets good enough for them to get a single.
Bowling supporting its fielding, bowling supporting its captain, fielding supporting its bowling. It's all synchronized here for Central Gauteng Lions. They are starting to pile on that pressure, but the run rate is not too bad. It's just that it's 15 overs. The ball has been popped over here, trying to accelerate that run scoring. Khoza once again is indecisive. He stops and waits for the call. He was trying to say no, but Khoza was already halfway down the pitch when he decided to make the run. It goes for 2. It's 50 up now for Northerns.
Yeah, 50 up for Northerns, 50 up partnership between this pair as well. We were speaking about the opening pair being switched around, and this pair showing that they too can step up at the biggest of the moments.
This is why we are not the coaches, Wayne, as sad as it is. But even coaches know that that was a tough single to take. Even they know that that was a bad call. But like we said, cricket gods are on the shoulders of the Northerns, and he survives, doesn't Nkosi?
Nkosi survives. They come back for a second. Run out chance on both ends. Gauteng unable to take either. Big shot, huge shot. This is through the covers. The chase is on. Ball will win that race. 4 runs. Watch the replay.
What a cracking shot that was. A chance to take a wicket. He dances down the track and he cracks that over the midfield. Onto the boundary it goes. Wonderful shot to reply with the near wicket moment. 57 for no loss.
1 ball left in the 5th. We've already completed the power play. Power play being the first 4 overs. Just outside the power play, still only 2 men out of the circle for this Central Gauteng Lions side.
What a start to this final. Trying to end the over on a high, popping it over. The man coming around from the cow corner, waiting Khoza once again. There's a chance for a run out, and he has come in. They might need to make better communications and let them know where the man who's waiting is running to. Maybe then they might have an opportunity to claim this run out, because it's always there.
Yes, living right on the edge, enjoying their life here. This opening pair for the Northern side. A lot of risky singles, always putting those fielders under pressure. So far, to their advantage. 5 gone, 59 without loss.
What a brilliant start. Khoza is on 36 from 24 balls. Nkosi 13 from 12. That anchoring role, as you said. Playing it to the tee, leaving the strike to the man who's banging it everywhere.
Yeah, 100%. Joe Schroeder will bowl his spell out, his first ball of his last over. Starts off down the leg side, missed, and it is a dot ball. Welcome dot ball this for the Central Gauteng Lions. Not too many of them so far in the innings.
Just like you said, he is most likely to bowl them out. It has been doing that, even did that in the semi-final. Now he comes, bowling it behind the square. There was a chance for a wicket as it came behind the legs. The wicket keeper diving for all his worth, but just not getting there.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic effort there from the wicket-keeper, flinging his body to his left. Unfortunately, not getting hands to the ball, and the batter scampering through for a single.
If he had caught that, these chairs and laptops and mics would have flipped over.
Everything would have flipped over, including my head. This one, down the leg side, it's a no ball. Keeper gets his body behind it, slows it down. It will only be a single. They look for the couple, but are sent back. Good throw as well.
Imagine if he took that couple from that direct hit, would have been a lost wicket. So a good call to send his man back. Schroeder starting us off well, like we say. Very consistent, not many extras. Making the batsmen work for their runs. Bowls this one to the leg side. It's worked very well by Nkosi. Doing what he has been doing best. Rotating the strike and giving Khoza it. Number 7 is Khoza with the cap ready to take on Joe Schroeder.
Current run rate is at 11.45. That will bring up 176 in these overs. But our commentator believes that is not enough.
With the way that Central Gauteng played their last 2 matches, you just need to get more than that. You have to be greedy for all of your runs. It's pretty madness that I say this, but I'll say it nonetheless. But so far so good for a beginning of the inning. Scoring at 11 is quite ridiculous.
Yeah, 100%. Memories of that final loss last year for Northerns will still be fresh in their minds. They were unable to restrict Gauteng to a manageable score. Gauteng making in excess of 250. And they only lost the game in the end by 20-odd runs. That would have been a totally different situation if it was 20 less runs. So this is a chance for them to come through in a different situation, different game, different conditions, and be the champions in the national BCSA T20 competition.
Both of them also in foreign land, foreign conditions, like you said. There's no sun. It's gloomy. The game has been shortened, and we've ended the 6th over. They're scoring at 11 now. As you said, they'll be there at 165. Is it
175?
That trick with the 11 multiplying 15.
Yeah, that'll be 175 more or less is what they'll expect to get. 165, I beg your pardon.
Told you. I think
165. Will that be enough? We will find out, I guess, in the best part of 2.5 hours.
with the way that they're playing, they will want to continue in this vein, and the natural tide of an inning is that after the beginning overs, they start really piling it on because the batters will be much inner. The bowlers with lesser ability will be on strike, slower bowlers. So there's always a chance to up that run rate, especially if they start this low. And those memories will be there in order to entice them to really go hard like they have in the beginning of this inning.
Yes, indeed. The big thing we spoke about earlier in the first game was momentum. As of right now, momentum not swinging either direction. Game smack dead in the middle. Who will take the momentum and swing it their direction? Couple boundaries, couple of wickets will change that momentum.
Dr. Malinga looking to be the experiment or the exponent of that change, rather. He comes in, bowls it outside the off stump. It goes to mid-on for an easy single. 67 for no loss to begin the 7th. Nkosi, he's on 16 from 16, now on strike. There's more spaces for him to get those singles. And indeed he does. Another one added. Tick-tock, like we keep on saying. Every now and then, letting loose and getting that boundary is vitally important, especially for a match which has this much magnitude behind it.
Yes, not just the national BCSA T20 final, but also a derby, big derby between these two sides, the Trans-USK derby. Best of friends, also the best of enemies.
And the best of shots, the one that has been working the most in this tournament, being played behind square with the ball being bowled behind the batter. Fine leg has stationed them and he goes and collects yet another single being added to the score. It's 69 for no loss.
So 69 without loss, 6.3 overs. Excitement up here in the scorebox because the ball is in the air. Chance for a couple of runs. Running to sent right back.
There's a chance now. Those 2 runs finally making their way. An overthrow from out of nowhere. The run had been completed, but they decided to go. 2 more runs added. 71 for no loss. What a great partnership.
Good partnership to start this match. 6.4 overs. Still just behind the halfway stage of this match. So it's a good thing for them to get as many runs as possible, not losing any wickets before they try and kick on in the latter half of this inning.
And it's always nice because you'll have more attacking options later on in the inning. You'll have more liberty to go big or go home like they almost did there. Cause I likes playing with fire. He's taken off his cap. He's playing with a lot of desire. Now in his 40s. 29 balls gone. Dr. Malinga bowling the last ball of the 7th over. It goes through mid-wickets. Square leg comes around from the deep to throw it. It's in the air. Goes to the causer side where he's running, but he didn't do his thing where he pauses, so he makes it home safely. That's how we bring the end to the 7th over. 74 for no loss.
74 with our loss, 7 overs gone. We are in the heart of the East Coast here in South Africa. We are in Durban. Kingsmead is the venue.
Siyabuguda. We are going for a swim at the beach, but right after the celebrations of who will come out the top in this final game of the BCSA T20 National Tournament.
Yes, as we see, Siyavuya Mahligisa coming into the attack for the very first time for the Central Gauteng Lions outfits. 7 overs gone, 74 on the board, just about to get to the halfway stage of this match. He's got a run up and is running in. Batter just lifting his leg, going underneath his leg. Umpire's not calling a wide there, rightfully so.
Here he comes, coming around the wicket, bowling to the right-handed batter, Nkosi.
In the air, chance for a catch. Safely fallen in no man's land. Scampered through for a single.
Playing with fate, Nkosi.
Yes, it's good for this northern side to know that players like Kabelo and players like Max still not yet to come in. Players who scored big in the semi-final to get them to this position. And also the man, the myth, Ephraim.
The star-studded lineup that we're about to watch. Why would you want to go anywhere? Here we have Mahligisa, a Centurion in the last match of the round robin, and he has stamina forever. Another exponent to watch at, running hard, bowling it outside the line of off stump, and he drops the catch, which was open. The run-up is still there, but he still not makes use of it. What a chance that was.
Yeah,
and it's been put down.
2 chances there for the Central Gauteng Lions to try and get wickets. 2 chances, both not taken. Single taken from the Northern's batters. Koza on 44. Nkosi moves to 22. Run a ball. 2 balls left over number 8.
Coming back for run number 2. And it's an easy run number 2 from a timid throw from the mid area. It's just 79 for no loss now.
Yes, Mpiwe Koza, 46 of 32. No mean feat what he's doing this in a final of a national competition for this northern side, putting his hand up.
Broadcasted to thousands and thousands of people who are able to see that cover drive going into the open mid-off area. The ball by Mahligisa being bowled outside the off stump, and it's an exchange of yet another single to bring the end to the 8th over. Now dropping just a touch, scoring at 10 per over. It's 80 for no loss. Koza playing well on 47 from 33. And Nkosi, he's on 22 from 22. The game continues here at Hollywood Bets Kingsmead Stadium. Lwando Bidla bowls it down the legs and it's signalled a wide by the umpire as well, moving the score to 87 for no loss after we have sorted out our technical difficulties.
A big shout out to our crew here working around the clock, making sure that everything is ticking so that you can get those pictures, lovely pictures of cricket from Kingsmead in this BCSA National T20 competition. Single that, quality fielding backed by Lwando Bidla.
And that is what we could have missed without them as well, Wayne. Now they are here, and so is Bidla bowling it quick and straight onto the stumps, being sliced away to the point fielder. Look at Koza turn around for number 2, but wisely called back by his partner Nkosi, and that is just a single to bring the penultimate ball of the 9th over.
Yeah, I beg your pardon, that is the end of over number 9, 88 without loss. This run rate keeps dropping and dropping. And locals here telling me that this rain is probably on its way back.
The only rain that we need in this tournament is either a rain of wickets or a rain of runs. Not a rain of rain, but it seems like it might be coming back. It has slowed down our tournament. It has slowed down this match by 15. Now we're playing 15 overs an inning.
All right, the umpire is looking like they wanted to, but nah, sent back by his partner. Go back, let's play some cricket, he's told.
Here we go. This is why we are here, to play some cricket. It's not raining yet. Here comes Mahlikihla, coming around the wickets, bowls it to the legs, and it has been brilliantly played by Koza. What a shot that is, and what a way to bring his 50 up. Cracking shot behind square in that favoured area, and celebrations everywhere for Northerns.
Yes, celebrations everywhere for Northern's. Big knock this from Siavuya Khoza in the final of this National BCSA T20 competition, and no better time for you to step up and score a half century for your team.
Like we were saying, you need a big, strong backbone to perform at this level. Mahlegisha being a little bit dazzled by that 4 that was scored in the previous ball, which came down the leg area, now coming and overcompensating in the off stump. Extra ball.
Yeah, big, just a quick one back on Simpiwe Khoza. Lovely knock here, carrying his bat so far for his team. Both batters are a 93-run partnership, but for him to play the aggressor role and get his team closer and closer to what would be a very competitive total, very commendable effort from Simpiwe Khoza.
And really taking it on to CGL, who are a very feared team, but fearlessness in that shot as well as he tries to split the players in the deep. Coming back for run number 2 is coming Nkosi, and Nkosi makes it home to the non-striker's end. Excellent batting, fearlessness like we were saying, and this is what he has been doing all game long.
Yes, also brilliant awareness there to know that the throw was going to which end and that man was going to be safe no matter what happened, and easily getting through for a second run. Quality cricket awareness.
I was here rather, saying, what is he doing? Now we know.
Well, a few of those have been a bit, the word I'm looking for is dodgy. Third ball, wide outside of stump. This one is cut away. It's heading towards the extra cover boundary. The man has to come around from long off. Buhle. And there's a very decent throw as well for a couple more runs to the total. 97, 9.4 overs. 9.3 overs, beg your pardon.
Bowling it wide over there. Very aware is Khoza. He's free-spirited, allowing him to free his arms. Comes Mahlegisha, into the air it goes. It splits deep mid-wicket, and it deep beats square leg as well. 100 up in some style, just like he brought up his 50 here, Siavuya Khoza. And what an inning this is.
Yes, Siavuya Khoza, as you see there in that free play, going well past his legs on the leg side, and he just clears that front leg. Great connection on the ball. 4 runs, 100 comes up for Northerns.
Phenomenal stroke. Khoza now on 61 in 42.
Yes, 100 partnership as well for both of these batters. What a time for you guys to bring up 100 stand in a final against your biggest rivals.
The exchange. And an exchange that's happening now is the ground with the rain. The clouds are letting loose a little cry, and we are crying here at the gantry because we want to watch more cricket. What is going on, Mother Nature?
Oh, Mother Nature is clearly not with us today. Right now it's still a bit light, but we'll continue. Next ball goes into the leg side. It's flicked into the pads, and it will be a single. Probably this will be the last ball we play before we come off for some rain. Indeed, I am correct.
We still continuing gaming. We see the umpires coming onto their stand. We're just waiting for a decision. Remember, we're under corrugated iron, so it sounds a little bit exaggerated where we are.
Yeah, 100%. Probably you guys can hear that too. But still very light, and still a chance for us to play some more cricket.
Oh, Isaac. Here comes Buhle Bidla. Fast-paced, right arm, has a full-on run-up. Strong bowler, bowling Nkosi. Bowls it straight, it comes down behind the line of the feet.
Oh,
Flashes
Flash of lightning, there you go. Yeah, both got us excited here up in the country. Not for the right reasons though. And there you go, the call has been made. Seems like the players, umpires are going to have a chat. Yes, they are coming off. Unfortunately, stop-start nature of this final.
It's a stop and go situation, but what we have been seeing is excellent cricket so far. Gauteng choosing to bowl, and it seems like their decision is a little bit backfiring here, Wayne.
Yeah, man, I thought exactly the same thing earlier on when Northerns won the toss, elected to bowl, and they found themselves 199. KZN were 199 for 3 after 15 overs. I thought they'd find themselves in a position where they'd be regretting that decision. Apparently not. They won that semi-final. So still long ways to go in the semi-final, especially in this final, especially with Mother Nature playing a big part now.
The lightning is coming closer, and we must evade because we must still keep ourselves alive.
Yes, 100%. So 10 overs, 10.1 overs bowled, 103. Good start for this Northern side. We're not sure if they're going to come back to bat. We'll take an intermission.